Seahawks. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll be brought down here as the penalty flags come in right away. And we may have a face mask here right at the start. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Now Hill. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Eric Ebron, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. 31 yards there and a 1st down. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good, backside guys,
man,
that's what you're supposed to do.
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 35. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
We're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
From From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. It's caught, Lockett. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Hey, you got 3 down, 3 down. Check 3.
They go quickly here out to Moore. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. David Moore, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And they take the lead here at 7-6. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This one taken from the 7. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 30. Two-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. On 2nd down, it's Hill. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards the pickup, good enough for an Arizona first. They fake the handoff, now Murray. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Robertson. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A good pickup there, a 22.
And the Cardinal first down.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Play action. Now it's Murray sliding out of the pocket. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Murray. And he whips that one incomplete there. The tight end, Max Williams, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Murray going to throw. And able to find Conley. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Chris Conley, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals have retaken the lead. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Wilson now going to throw again. Flushed out right. It's complete to Lockett. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
They'll run on first down. It's Carson. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
At the 46-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
6 man. Check curls, check curls.
Here's Wilson. And his throw here's incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, and we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
They start the drive on the ground with Hill. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. On play action, it's Murray. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. To throw is Murray. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And it's taken in at the 9. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports.
7.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. And his throw is incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have, and think back to our meeting with the head coach, and we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Now they'll try the jet sweep here. Room here to run. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll be an Arizona first down on a gain of 17.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. On after the sack, he's still down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Okay, ready? Mike 5-4. Here we go.
Bravo.
Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike.
Stay with your man. Shoot.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And the pressure gets to him again. Jadeveon Clowney, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks.
How did he do that? How did he do it? I mean, in this type of weather, it's not just catching it. It's seeing it coming towards it. Maybe that's why I ended up having to go one-handed. But, boy, what a catch.
Yeah, it was a spectacular one-handed grab. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The end result, 21 yards.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now a give right side. It's Carson looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. The Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Wilson. That's caught by Hollister. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join, who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3.
On 2nd down, it's Carson, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks have once again taken the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers, and the lead is now 2. The touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. 2nd and 2. His first throw since coming in is incomplete. There in coverage to knock it away, Marquise Blair.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? From the gun, Eason. And that is incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Returnable for Lockett. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Let's go, defense. Who we got?
Draw play. This is Carson. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Green 80!
So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow still continuing to fall as we are back underway. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Meanwhile, down in Santa Clara, and the 49ers are out to the early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 25-yard line.
Mike 51. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Throwing is Wilson. He's going to let this one go deep. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and now it's 2nd down.
Let's go! 30 base.
Watch twitch. Watch the twitch.
Now.
On the ground, this is Hill. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Let's go.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down.
Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Get it.
Back to throw. Eason. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Check right, check right. Good job right there, good job right there.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
It's a nice completion and a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
Easy.
On first down, Carson. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Second and 5 now. Wilson, and a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. They run it with Carson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Wilson. High throw, but he makes the catch. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
They'll run on first down. It's Carson, and he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Wilson, and he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
I think someone's going to get into QB1-0 when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. This is Carson. And they'll get this down to the 10. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Check.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Rashad Penny with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And it's no good on the PAT. So they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Hill.
Check one. Kill.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Looking to throw. Eason, he's got his man. It's Williams. 12 yards the pickup, good enough for an Arizona first. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Brings up 2nd and 9 on the Seahawks 40-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. 2nd and 9 now. That ball complete to Isabella. And the ball is knocked out, and the Seahawks have picked it up.
We've got plenty of weather here today. We've got some snow going on, and they've come out of a dome. And there have been 2 ways of getting ready for this. Some have said, don't worry about the weather. Just practice in your normal conditions and handle it on game day. And others have said, find some weather, find some conditions somewhere, and try and get ready. What do you think?
Well, whatever the preparation there, the snow causing the fumble. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Watch 32.
One pass.
I got it.
Hey, switch gears. Joker.
19. Shift.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
He wasn't ready.
A gain of 5. 2nd and 5.
We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From the 29, Wilson. Going to throw right side here, complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
That's a jet sweep into the hands of Metcalf. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 40-yard line.
Cut. 380.
Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go. You're not ready.
Let's go double count right here. Double count.
51, Mike, 51.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Eason. And he rifles one incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, struggles continue. Open targets, and he keeps missing them, pressing way too much. He may have a big arm, but until he learns how to harness it and have some touch, he's going to continue to struggle.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. They'll run with Hill. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Eason. Rush coming, and he's taken down. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Murray gets this one to Isabella. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Looking to throw. Eason. That's complete. It's Damian Willis. A gain of 6 there on 1st. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
On 2nd down, Hill. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Now Johnson. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Eason. This one caught by Isabella. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal 1st down. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. L.J. Collier in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but oh, no, he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on, and that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yeah, the opportunity squashed. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. On first down, Carson across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 31-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. So the victory here for Seattle. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter.